I'm Sandra Decker. I'm a retired caregiver and just come up here to retire.
My name's Steve Smith, and I retired as a peace officer for the state of Oregon. Prior to that, I was a Caterpillar mechanic and a carpenter when I was very young.
I'm Sandra Smith. I'm retired. Before I retired, I lived in the state of Kansas, and I was a professional cook.
My name is Dan LaPlaca, and I was just elected mayor this year. It'll be the January 1st to be my first appointments. And I currently live in Baker City, Oregon, an hour to the east of Granite, and we spend 6 months in the winter down here in Baker City and 6 months in the summer up in Granite.
Granite means to me freedom, and I get to spend all the time I want looking at nature. And that really is the biggest draw to me, is that I get to be in nature and quiet and peace. After all the years of living in cities and smaller little suburbs and stuff, this is like cleansing.
I've been up here 21 years, and I just fell in love with it, and it reminded me so much of home in the small town that I was raised. It's part of my life.
The first time I came up here, I was deer hunting, and I found a dirt road to go on. That dirt road led me to Granite. At that time, all these roads out here were gravel. They were not paved. It was 1980. And I've always liked the area. I always have. Even when I was growing up, I'd find an old mining town and I'd go explore. And I explored around here, and I just liked it. When we retired, I brought her up here and I said, "Do you want to live up here?" And we discussed it, and here we are.
We started mining on the west side of the state through a club we joined, and got really involved in it. And they say that gives you gold fever, and they're absolutely right, it does. And we got started that way, and then some friends used to do a lot of work for the forestry, crushing rock, and they had come over to the Granite area to crush rock for people. And then we got in on their claims that they had set up originally and set those claims back up to us. And we worked those claims for probably close to 10 years.
I was down there at our claim the first time, and I sat on a milk crate. There's a little square milk crate, and you turn them upside down. I was sitting on there, and Steve said, "That's fine." And as short as I am, it was perfect. I had my pan right down there between my legs. And I look at him, and I said, "Is there any snakes around?" "Oh, no." Guess what? I found one. I was doing this, and here comes this garter snake up between my legs.
Snake, these little tiny
The pan goes down the creek. I'm jumping up and down saying, "Snake, snake, snake." Because back home, we have bad snakes. We have copperheads, rattlesnakes, ones that will do damage. But that was my first experience.
I got a claim down here. It's called Little Cross 1. And when I was able, I'd go down there. I'd spend the whole day there panning for gold and stuff. And at other times, I know all the roads around this whole area around here like the back of my hand. I've been all over all of them for years. And it's just, I love it. I love it. It's just, there's nothing like it.
It's just full of history. The town's incredible, and the people that inhabit it are very nice, too. It's a nice place to be.
It's been a real fun venture for us. Like I said, it originally started out just as a mining project, but we've made a lot of good friends up there now, and we always look forward to winter being over down here in Baker City and being able to go back in the summer and spend the summer months up there. And we enjoy the mining aspect of it, and the hunting and fishing, and just the camaraderie of all the people up there. And we have a lot of good barbecues and get-togethers, and it's just turned out to be a real good deal for us. We had a ranch property for a lot of years that created a lot of work for us, and we no longer have that aspect in our lives. And it's just kind of a fun place to be in the summertime, and we spend the winters down here an hour away, and it's just a good way to retire and a good place to be.
Right now, we're getting into a newer group of people, younger people. Steve and I are the oldest ones up here.
I'm the oldest guy in town.
Yeah, I'm 80 and my husband's 82. Before, when we first came up here, we enjoyed it. The people, older people, were nice people, and we slowly lost them. And then things changed, and it was not as good a place as we wanted it to be, but it's coming back to that now.
There was a little bit of, I don't know how to put this, hate and discontent going on in that little town, and the mayor actually resigned mid-season last summer, and 3 of the city councilmen quit. They kind of put me in charge of doing some of the things that we wanted to do, and we bought a 20 kilovolt generator to keep our shop lit and to keep our well running when the power goes out. It kicks on automatically. I bought that for us, and our dirt roads up there were an absolute mess in the summertime with the dust control. It was horrible. And I hired a company to come in and put down a dust abatement product to keep the roads from creating dust all over town all summer long and into the fall. And we just did a lot of things that really needed doing for a lot of years. And
Just so far, this, like I say, this is my first real year of living here. We've been here since April 30th. And so far, it's just really nice. It's wonderful. It's fulfilling a dream, shall we say. And that's about it. Just a nice place to be.
This is a place they can come up here to drive through and see the wild animals and stuff and the scenery. And they need to realize that this is part of our history that we don't want to lose. It is a ghost town, and we don't want it to go away. So we hope that everything that we're doing is going to better the town. A lot of the people are interested. We've had 11 new people buy places up here, and that's a good thing. So I hope it continues, because it is a good little town to live in.
I don't have to drive far to do anything or get anything, or I don't have to do anything at all, just stay home. We're pretty self-sufficient here because of the expert over here, but we do good.
in the last couple of years, things have gained, and like I said, property is starting to be sold and fixed up and repaired, and new construction, and it's a good thing to see, you know, to a certain degree. There's a lot of the elderly folks that live in that area that would just as soon nobody ever moved back in there, but sometimes change is good, but we'll see. I think it's going to be okay.